In today's practice, you'll need a magic circle and a ball. Let's go ahead and start laying down in a supine position. Moving your feet a little further away from your sit bones, go ahead, place your hands on the rainbow shape of your hips. And then just glide your fingers until they touch in the middle. This just helps you kind of notice where your body is at. This is a part of your pelvis, and we're going to tap into some diaphragmatic breathing, allowing some movement in the pelvis. So toe heel your feet out to the outsides of the mat, drop your knees into the center. And we'll just begin breathing, inhaling, exhale. Again. Exhale. Inhaling, thinking of everything feeling so soft and light. And on the exhale, can you make it even lighter, even airier? Take your fingers and just find your rib cage, and then go and hook your fingers underneath and press them up a little bit. Now, as you inhale, you'll feel your diaphragm contract. And it'll push your belly out. Exhale, let everything go. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. Gliding your hands back to your hips, and then toe heel your feet so that your feet are just in line with your knees. Go ahead, grab the ball. The ball is just going to go in between those knees and your thighs. Spread your toes and just gently place your toes down on the mat, and then press the heel down, equaling the weight throughout the feet. Now, as you inhale, let that diaphragm contract and push your belly out. And on the exhale, just think of lifting your pelvic floor muscles, almost, or you could think of lifting your bladder upwards. Just an upward lift, and then inhale, release. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor. Inhale. Exhale. I like having the ball here because it just gently activates your adductors. We're not squeezing the ball. It's just a gentle hug. We'll add on this time. Inhale. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor muscles. And then start to just tuck the tail. Inhale, release the tail, let the diaphragm go. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor muscles, drawing it up towards your belly button, and then just tucking the tail. Inhale, release. Exhale. On your exhale, lift the pelvic floor muscles, draw your navel in and up, and then tuck the tail. Inhale, release the tail, let your belly go. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor muscles, hollow, hug your belly up, and then just tuck the tail. But think of tucking it because of the front belly contraction rather than your bottom squeezing. Inhale, release. Now we're going into a nice little pelvic curl. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor muscles, hollow the belly, draw your navel up, then start to tuck the tail, press into your feet, and then just lift up the sacrum, and then articulate your spine 1 vertebrae at a time, up and out. Send your knees over your toes. Try not to flare the ribs here. Keep the ribs soft. On an exhale, just soften between your shoulder blades. Soften between your shoulder blades. Let your spine reconnect with the mat. Belly draws in and up. When your bottom reaches the mat, inhale, release. Exhale. Start to press into your feet. Articulate the spine out of the mat. Send your knees over your toes. Exhale, soften between the shoulder blades, and then allow one vertebrae of the spine to reconnect. Think of contracting your front belly rather than your bottom. Inhale, release. One more. Exhale. Coming up, articulating the spine. Send your knees over your toes. Press your hands into the mat. Exhale, soften between your shoulder blades. Then bring the spine back in contact with the mat. Rolling down. And release. So nice. Go ahead, move the ball. From here, we're going to shift over to the side, reaching your hands, stack your shoulders and your hips. Lay your open up, open the book with the arms. We're just going into the thoracic. Allow your gaze to roll over. And then come back to center. All the way, reach. And one more. All the way over. And then up. This time we'll switch sides. Go all the way over. And then bring your knees through center. Shift the hips. And then reach. And then two here. Reaching up, gazing at the hand. And then coming up. If you notice one side is tighter, maybe just pause on that side. And then back up. And then coming back onto your back. Palms are down by the side. We'll go into a single leg lift. So foot the right leg up to tabletop. On an exhale, think of lifting the pelvic floor muscles and hollowing out your belly, almost trying to press your belly button toward your spine. Inhale, we drop the foot down. Exhale, contract your belly and then lift the leg up. Good. Inhale down. Exhale, contract your belly and lift it up. Exhale, contract your belly, lift the leg up. Notice how it's this hip that's contracting, hip flexor, and extending, not the knee. Come all the way down, other side, floats up. Inhale, we go down. Exhale, hollow hug your belly, contract to lift the leg up. Exhale. Exhale. Two more. Next time, pause. On an exhale, switch the legs. Exhale. 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 Last one. And then lower. Interlock your fingers. Take your hands behind your neck. Now from here, on an exhale, think of lifting the pelvic floor. Belly presses towards your spine. Feel your back connect. On your next exhale, lift your head, neck, shoulder blades. Now, let your head be heavy in your hands. And then I want you to activate your muscles here to lift up. So I'm contracting, pulling my belly up, 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 shake, and down. Exhale, contract your belly, and down. Exhale, think of contracting your belly. Contract your belly to lift. My head is so soft in my hands, and I have zero tension in my neck. But I've got a quiver in my belly. One more. Let your belly lift you. Contract your belly high, high, higher. And down. Lay all the way down. Grab your circle. Extend your legs long. Reach the circle. Reach it overhead until your arms are in line with your ears. On an inhale, come up. Exhale, press it down. Head, roll up. Hollow your belly, squeeze into the circle, reaching up and over, chin goes down. And then we roll down. Find the plate, the sacrum of your pelvis, then rolling your spine down, reaching over until your arms are in line. Inhale. Press your pinky edge side into the circle. Exhale. Watch your circle. Scoop your belly in and up. If you need to bend your knees, you just bend your knees. It's not a big deal. And then we're rolling down, all the way down. We have one more. Inhale. Exhale. Coming up nice and tall. Pop your circle off to the side. We'll go into a nice spine stretch. Extend your legs long, are as wide as your mat. But what I care more about is that you're on top of your sit bones. The sit bones are the bony protrusions in between each bum cheek. So if you are tucking your tail, you might need to widen the legs more. If you're sticking your tail out, you might need to come a little bit more narrow. So figure out how you can get on top of those sit bones. We'll do 4 of these, 2 one way and 2 another way. The first time we're going to place our hands in the middle, drop your chin to your chest, and then walk your hands forward as your belly pulls toward your spine. Scooping my belly toward the spine, chin to chest, reach. I should feel a huge stretch in my back. Now float the arms up, and then find your sit bones, and then bring your spine back in line, lengthening nice and tall. Energy through the crown of the head. And then we can take our hands down again, chin to chest, pull your belly toward the spine as you reach and reach and reach and reach. Float the arms up and then find those sit bones and lengthen, 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 lengthen all the way out the crown of the head. Now stay right here. Drop your chin, pull your belly back as you reach forward as if you're trying to reach across a table. And then coming back up, unraveling the spine. Nice and tall. Chin down. Scoop your belly back and up as you reach up and over with the spine. And then coming back up all the way.